Hey, thanks for clicking on Hey, Melissa Crochets. I have nothing planned for Sunday, for like video wise. Today is Friday evening, October 4th. Yeah, the 4th. Um, you always think I'd remember the date because I write it down 1,000 times when I'm at work. I'm a receptionist for my day job. Don't mind my hair. It's been one of those Fridays. I got to work and I realized my lunch had spilled all in my lunch pail, and there was like 3 people waiting at work for me, and like, ugh, it's one of those days. Um, but the day's almost over, so we can reset tomorrow. So I just wanted to do like a little crochet and chat outside type thing, just because I had nothing planned. I have the microphone on, so hopefully you won't hear my neighbors. I mean, like, they're like 60 feet away. We all have double lots here. But as I said before in one of my videos, the air here is very still. So there's somebody across town that's having a conversation on the porch late at night, and the air is still. I can hear everything they're saying, which can be kind of incriminating sometimes, but what can you do? Small town problems. So I wanted to do a crochet and chat, as I said. So something I've been working on lately, because I have that market coming up on October 19th. It's like a fairy themed, like a dark fairy themed. So, and we have to do swag bag items. So everybody has to bring 20 things to put in 20 swag bags. So I figured I would do some scrunchies. I actually really enjoyed making them. It took me about 8 minutes each, some longer because I did like different stitches. But something that I found really works for me is I packed it full of double crochets first, and then the second row I did double crochet, like increases, so 2 per stitch. And like they turned out pretty nice. Some of them definitely have like more stitches than others, but it's not like I'm selling them and I had to be super consistent. But I enjoyed making them. I really like this dark green. It's Pine by, it's all Burnett Velvet. So I get a discount because of my workplace. So there we go. If you've never watched my videos before, I work for Spin Right Yarns in Listowel, Ontario, and all of our brands are everything you see on yarnspirations.com. So you get my employee discount on our yarns. So that's why I use those. Plus, I do love a lot of our brands. So right now, I am working on a hexagon cardigan, and this is Red Heart Super Saver Color Block. It's a new product. It's available in Yarnspirations now. Don't buy too much because I want it all for me. This is a color called Party Time. And every time I say party time, my head goes, excellent, like Wayne's World. So I'm really enjoying this colorway, and I wanted to see how it would work into a hexagon cardigan. So far, pretty cool. I do like when the color like pools. For example, there's like 2 rows of navy here, and that's, of course, just random. And then something my husband had said, he's like, well, when you go around each time, wouldn't it be the same? And I said, no, because, with it being a hexagon, with it being a hexagon, each row is like longer and longer, right? So, or bigger, however you want to say it. It takes more yardage. You crochet, and you know exactly what I'm saying. I just tied a new skein cake, whatever you want to call it, on. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this yarn. I love this yarn. It's one of my new favorites. And I told the product development girl who did this one, I was like, thank you, I love it so much. It's so beautiful. And it's not super scratchy like most, well, I shouldn't say like most Red Heart, but like some Red Heart Super Saver is scratchy. I'll say that, but like once you wash it, it like, softens up. My brain is tired, so I apologize. I know I say a lot when I'm tired. Apologies. Oh, Larry sees a squirrel. He's doing the whole like stalking thing. I do encourage him to go after squirrels in the yard, just because I want them out of my yard. So hopefully he scares them away. That's the dream. A lot of them are pretty cautious now, so they'll stay on the outer perimeter, which is fine by me because I don't want them up here on the deck or anything. Some of them are brazen enough to come up on the deck, and then I let Larry out. And they run real fast. He hasn't caught any yet, but he has come pretty close quite a few times. So, oh, now it ran. He's upset. Oh well. I was trying to think what else I could talk about. Something I do need to talk about, I guess. I did my first market of the year, I guess, whatever, with my sweaters. And that was on September something. Was it September? Or was it August? I think it was September. I don't remember what date it was, whatever. So recently, I'll put like a little, I think I have a photo of like how I had set up my booth or whatever. Unfortunately, the market was a total flop for every single vendor. And there was a reason for it. It wasn't like, just kind of unpredicted. So, blessing and a curse, to have like the reasoning or whatever. So it was like a themed market. It was called Harvest Hoedown, and it was at St. Jacob's Market in like Waterloo, Ontario. It was a Friday night, so they do like special events like themes or whatever. And like the theme was cool, and there was a lot of people there. But the problem was they had line dancing lessons, and they put it right next to the vendor booths. The lady that I was beside, she had done like this Harvest Hoedowns for 3 years, and she had said like her sales were always amazing, and that's why she comes back year after year, obviously, right? And then like none of us made sales. I think we each all sold like one item, and like I went down to the other end of like the venue, and I asked the people down there, and I said, "Did you sell anything tonight?" Or like, how'd it go? Because we were down by the line dancing lessons, and they had said, "No, we didn't sell anything either because people were so excited for the line dancing. They came in, they ran right past people's booths and like joined the line dancing lesson area thing, whatever, right?" But the line dancing was so popular, which is cool. That's fine, whatever. It was so incredibly popular that they were all line dancing in front of our booths all night, and like nobody was able to shop because everybody wanted to line dance, which is cool. But they should have put it in a different area, and they didn't. So the lady beside me, I said, "So it's amazing every year? Like, what's up with this year?" She had said the line dancing has never been in that location. Like, it's like a big, like it's a big venue. If you know of it, you know what I'm talking about. There's multiple buildings all around, like acreage, right? It's quite large. But it sucks that they put the line dancing right near the vendor booths. A lot of people had people dancing in their booths, right? And they were pissed off about it, obviously, because you want room for shoppers. But every single person who was there that night was line dancing. There's nobody like going around and shopping. So I sold one of my sweaters to another vendor. And, the people beside me, they sold something to another vendor, and, kind of like a domino effect. So that really sucked because, you spend the time, you spend the gas money, and like the vendor fee for the table was only $80, which I don't find bad at all. Oh well, at least I made my booth fee back, but I lost out on like, because you had to buy like 1-day insurance for your booth. That was like $29, and then the cost of gas to get there. I took like half a day off of work because it started at 5, so I wanted to get set up by like 3:30. So what can you do? Hopefully the next one's better. The next one is the Dark Fairy Market. I'm excited for that one. That's October 19th. So that'll be coming up soon. Today's the 4th, as I said, so 15 days. So 2 weeks, 1 day. Something I do want to do a little bit differently, just because I didn't like the way my booth looked when I was doing like that first one. It didn't look messy or anything. It just, I don't know. It just looked disorganized. But like I had everything on the clothing rack, so it's not like things were strewn about here and there. But I don't know. It just didn't look cohesive, I guess. So something I think I will do this next fairy market is I'm only going to put out a few of my sweaters. So I actually might stick with just like the hexagon cardigan theme, because I did like the theme sweaters for this market. So I did the theme sweaters for this market, and I think obviously I'll take those, and I'm going to take, I probably will go through my bags that I have all my sweaters in right now, so I didn't want to hang them back up again and like, disassembled my shelf and, whatever. So I didn't keep them on hangers, of course, because of the yarn. So they're all kind of like in these big dollar store bags that are just massive. And each one of these bags fits like 15 cardigans, so it works really well. If I remember, I'll put a clip in here of the dollar store bags I'm talking about. They're from Dollarama here in Canada. So I think I'm just going to take my hexagon cardigans. So like I'll get this one finished up obviously before then. This is the first panel, but I have no worries about getting them finished. I love hexagon cardigans. So I think I'm going to take those, and I probably will still take a few that are like, made of chenille yarn like Bernat Blanket. I do have some that are made of Bernat Softy Chunky. So I'm not going to take everything that I have, because I think right now I have close to 50 cardigans. That might be wrong. Yeah, I think it is. Sorry, that number's not right, because I was thinking about my Facebook Marketplace, and right now I have 51 active listings, but some of them are like summer t-shirts, summer cardigans, and then, household items that I'm trying to sell, like locally. So that's my plan. I'm hoping I stick to it. One of my best friends is going to come with me that day. She really wants to go. And she was like, I can be like your helper, but then also shop all day. I said, that's fine. No problem. Come along with me. So I'm looking forward to that. That'll be nice. That is in Kamoka, Ontario. So it's near London, Ontario. So for me, it's going to be about an hour and 20 minutes of a drive, which, could be better, could be worse. But my friend's sister went as a shopper. I think they had one in the spring. And she was like, tell Melissa she has to do these sweaters because it's the right market, right? The right people shopping. So I look forward to that success. Hopefully it is a success. I really had wanted to sell at least 10 cardigans at the last one. That was a flop because I needed to order a new medicine cabinet for our bathroom. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to do great at this market. People are going to buy a lot. So I bought the medicine cabinet beforehand, which was a mistake because I didn't end up selling, anything. But whatever, I made it work with my paycheck, whatever. So the medicine cabinet's here. It's really pretty. I will insert a photo here when I make this movement. Then it triggers me when I'm editing to put the photo in. I hope you like my Snoopy sweater. I get a sweater made usually for each holiday that I love. So this one was my Valentine's Day sweater this year. I have a friend who makes these. You can send her any design. She puts on a shirt for you. Last year for Halloween, I had got Dwight from The Office with the pumpkin head on him. So that was really fun. And the caption underneath was a quote, and it said, the pumpkin should rot off in a month or two. If I remember, I'll put the photo in here of my sweater from last year. I need to decide on my sweater for this year yet. Halloween is coming up, so I was thinking about that today. But you get to work and things get busy, and you're like, what was I trying to remember to do that was like personal today? That didn't happen, but maybe tomorrow I'll remember. And she might actually message me and say, I haven't heard from you yet. So we'll see. Oh, Larry's tail is going. I don't know who he sees. New dog. Or maybe a dog I just haven't seen yet. Big German Shepherd. Fluffy. I always find it so funny when dog owners and their dogs look alike. So it's a big German Shepherd. And it's a big tall dude with big black beard. I find that so fun. I really like the way this is color pooling. It's quite nice. I kind of wish it wasn't the green in the center, but when somebody has it on, it's under their armpit anyway. So it's no biggie. You might be able to hear the Canadian geese. When I brought Larry home as a little puppy, he was terrified of the Canadian geese. And I had messaged the breeder that I got him from. And I had said, is there any geese that fly over your place? He is terrified. He would run to the front door and try to scratch his way in. And she said, no, they really don't fly over our area. Maybe it's just not on their path or whatever. So it made sense that he was seeing them all the time because they fly over here a lot. And then he was getting scared. So he's not as scared this year, now that they're flying south for the winter and stuff. So he's not scared this year, but I think the first few times he's seen him this year, he was like, what are those things? I forgot about them. In Canada, we call them cobra chickens because they're very, very vicious. If you get close to one, they will attack you. Basically, you can ask any Canadian that. Canadian geese are not friendly. Canadians usually are. Canadian geese, not so much. Ironic. I haven't had a lot of crochet time lately. That's why I've been doing hexagon cards because they're really fast. I haven't had a lot of crochet time lately because my workplace They have had a poop ton of swatches offered to me to like knit up because they have to go for like testing and stuff, right? So the different testings that they have to do, there's swatches you have to do for wash testing where they have to wash it 50 times, like the yarn after you knit up a swatch. So I think I did like, how many did I do in August? And it was just an insane amount. I think it was like 32 knit swatches in August. And then in September, I think it did close to 20. And like they're all knitting, right? And they're all 18 by 18. So, oh God, it just, you get done one round. And then 2 days later, they're like, here's the next. And I was like, okay, thank you. But I can never say no because it's guaranteed money, right? And every time I do a round of swatches, it kind of pays for my car payment, which is only like $200. But, it's extra money and something to do with my hands and the guaranteed money, right? Because I go to these markets, I'm not guaranteed to make the money, which we learned last time. But, oh well, it happens. Trying to teach Larry not to eat the rabbit poo on the grass. But apparently it's a delicacy to him. But he eats too much of it and then he throws it up. And guess who has to clean it? This girl. So he's getting better at it. Like he'll sniff, but he's not like licking the ground as much or eating things. I'm fine with him sniffing, obviously. That's totally cool. But like when he's putting things in his mouth and eating them, not so cool. It does feel good to crochet. Just haven't had much time to do it lately because of the knitted swatches. So, and some of the yarn that you have to do for the swatches is like super, super thin, and they take forever. But the lady then has to request them at work. Like it's usually a friend of mine and I, like a colleague of mine. Like we do them. Larry's favorite people must be walking by because he's running back and forth right now. To the side of the house, to the other side of the house. We live on a corner. So the lady that requests them, like my friend, like my colleague and I, like she's my friend, will say like, this is really thin yarn. It's going to take a lot of time. Could we have some, a few extra dollars for each of them? So, and the quality lady, she is a quality lady. She's a nice, she'll say like, yeah, I have no problem with that because, she probably has a set budget like per year or whatever, depending on how many products they're developing. So some of them are for wash testing, like internal, and then some go to like a testing lab and stuff for chemical content, fiber content. I can't remember what the other lines are on the purchase order. I don't remember, but I mean, it's cool to like learn the process because, I see the yarns when they're finished and I'm like, ooh, ah, or depending on the yarn. We all have our favorites. Don't deny that you do too. Oh, husband's home, so I'm going to stop the video for a few minutes and just, because he's going to be like, who are you talking to? So that's why Larry is going crazy. Okay, so the things that I have finished lately are, I want to put this one on and show you because it's so pretty. I love this one. If it doesn't sell at the markets, I'm going to keep it for myself. So look how cute it is. So I wanted to do something with white because I was sick of doing things with black. So I love the way it turned out. It's so cute. So I started like at the beginning of the rainbow. I didn't do any red because I was afraid of the red bleeding onto the white. So orange, yellow, green, blue, dark purple, and pink. And then every other row is white. It was kind of tough to do like well, not tough, but annoying to do like a color change every row, but it was fine, honestly, once I got to like the green. And then, it was getting big enough for it to not be so annoying. So I think it's really cute. So adorable. So I was sick of working with black because the fairy market that I have coming up, it's a dark fairy theme. And I've been doing these. So they're all hexagon cardigans. And then I was trying to do like a Court of Thorn and Roses themes. So my friends were giving me color suggestions. So I think that was helpful. They said, why don't you do it after, like the spines of the book are all really pretty colors. So I think I have 5 done so far. I want to do a pink one as well. And then I will also take, like at my market, I'll take like pre-orders or whatever if anybody wants to buy some with like a different color, obviously. So, and then I have a green one that's almost finished. The panels are finished. I just have to stitch it together, but I have been doing them 2 at a time, so it's just less annoying, you know, stitching them together. So that's what I've been working on lately, is those, and then the white one I showed you, the pretty one. So that's what I've been working on lately. Oh, and also I finished this cardigan here. I don't have it anymore because it's already been picked up. It was for a commissioned piece. Her sister actually got almost the same one recently, and then the first sister emailed me and said, hey, my sister really wants one. Could you make her one? And I said, yes, but don't worry, I'm not going to make it exactly the same because nobody wants to match their sister all the time, right? So, and the yarn, they supplied the yarn themselves, and then eventually had, you know, gotten really low, and I had said, well, with your sister's cardigan, I'm going to have to put in more of my own yarn, therefore the colors would be a little bit different. So it worked out really nice. I really like this one. The first one was nice too. I'll put a picture of them side by side. But I like the most recent one that I did with like more of like the red and like the mustard color. So that's what I've been working on lately.